and then the two, two and then the three, three and then the four, then you gotta breathe. One and then the two and then the three and then the four, then you gotta breathe. Then you gotta. Show these niggas can't breathe when I come through, hum to some shoes. Gotta be 20, man, it's not even funny, they can't. The chokehold's too tight, the left looks too right. You know what, you right, these bitches can't. Look, they hearts racing, they start chasing. But I'm so fast when I blow past that they can't. In the presence of the man, your future look better than your past. If you present with the man, you better. You niggas can't share my air. I walk a mile in the pair I wear, and I'm getting better year by year, like they say wine do. Cops couldn't smell me if you brought the canines through. And I pace myself. I know these money hungry bitches wanna taste my wealth, but I keep them on a diet, embrace their health, or even keep them on the quiet and space myself and just take a deep breath. I got them grabbing their chest, cause it's hurting them to see fabbing is best. And laying they worst, they rather see me laying a hearse than laying a back. And I ain't just laying a verse, I'm saying the facts. I came back with some sicker stones. I got these broke niggas looking at me like they choking on a chicken bone. Heavy chick I bone, can't leave a dick alone. So I know it's one of them every time I flip my phone. Breathe. One and then the two and then the three and then the four, then you gotta breathe. One and then the two and then the three and then the four, then you gotta breathe. One and then the two and then the three and then the four, then you gotta breathe. Then you gotta. Yo, these niggas can't breathe when I come through, hum to some shoes. Gotta be 20, man. It's not.
All right. Breaking the spell. Breathe. Y'all can breathe. You're alive. You're here. You don't even know if these things are real that you're watching. So stop following the bandwagon talking about you can't breathe. Anyways, I digress. How is everybody doing tonight? Look at me making another video in the same week. What the hey, right? Well, it's probably because somebody else is dead in Atlanta by the police again. It's becoming a little bit redundant. Like, it's just like every time you turn around, somebody's dead at the hand of the police, you know. And I promise y'all, for every black person that they're killing, there's probably about 4 white people being killed too. So it just gets highlighted that it's a black person, and so it can be racial and there can be more tension. And meanwhile, it is 65 degrees in the middle of June in Charleston, South Carolina. And my mom said it's about the same, no humidity in hot Atlanta. We're not paying attention to the weather because we're all upset that another cop killed another black guy. And this one, I don't know how this one kind of fits the Black Lives Unarmed Black Man thing, because it seems like this guy took a taser or something. So I know a bullet and a taser are 2 different things, so I'm not saying that the cop should have been justified in killing the guy. By no means am I saying that, because hey, I don't even know if they really killed a guy. I don't know if it's a made-for-TV movie. Hey, Atlanta's Black Hollywood, so could very well be another stage show, because it looks like we have a lot of those. So just discrepancies and things that are going on in the media. We are dealing with something way more sinister than what is going on in the media. They are distracting us from something more important. Has to be the deal, because if you guys follow Mr. RBB 333, he does unbiased videos about weather phenomenon and sky phenomenon, that type of thing. He said the earth is vibrating on a whole nother frequency right now. Don't know if it's positive or negative, it's a good or a bad thing, but we are on an entire different frequency right now. So how convenient is that we're vibrating on a different frequency on the entire planet, and now it's cold and there's probably portals being opened. Are we paying attention, or are we just so caught up in Antifa and Black Lives Matter shenanigans? Like today, I was online because I have a beautiful dog. You guys see my dog on one of my videos probably a couple months ago now, and she sheds really bad. So she's getting older, so I changed her dog food and got her like this omega-3 dog food that's supposed to help with shedding and blah blah blah, and it didn't help at all. So I went on Amazon to look for a handheld vacuum specifically for pets, so that I can go over whatever areas my shark doesn't pick up, because it's pretty good, but I can't pick up that good on like my furniture and stuff. And she's not on all my furniture, but she has like a couch of mine that she just loves, and she gets on there. So I type in on Amazon handheld. Handheld could be anything. Anything could be handheld. These phones, these computers, Google specifically, it's interfacing with our brains. Nobody can tell me any different. At first I thought it was, Google is just listening to us, because I remember probably back in, I want to say 2011 maybe, something like that, maybe 2010. I remember it had to be 2011, because I was living here in South Carolina by that time. So in 2011, I remember my uncle passed away, and I was getting ready to go look up the funeral place, and I had talked to somebody on the phone telling them I needed to go look up the funeral place, to get to the funeral, to the wake. So I type in P, because the place was called Palmetto Mortuary. I typed in P and the entire thing came up. So this is back in 2011, so I figured, they're probably listening to me. But today and other times, and I know I've probably mentioned this on other videos, I didn't say what I was looking for. I just looked it up. I just pulled it up. And I typed in handheld, and handheld brought up handheld vacuum, right? Handheld vacuum came up. So then I was thinking maybe I should put in handheld vacuums for dogs. I get ready to go back to put for in handheld vacuum for pets come up. Never said it out loud, never told anybody on the phone, just went to go pull it up online on Amazon, and it came up for me. We are being distracted by something for a better reason than Antifa having their own area in Washington, Black Lives Matter, staged killings and shootings. Even if these people are getting killed, they're still being sacrificially killed. Look how cold it is. When they get ready to open portals for their gods to feed, the temperature drops. It's summertime. Why is it this cold in the summer? It's summer. Like, we got what, 10 more days before summer, if that. 21st is the solstice. That's the first day of summer, right? It's never this chilly in Charleston in June. What the hell are we being distracted from? What the hell are these people doing? Like, I'm over it. I'm over it. Like, I had a conversation with my son today because with everything that's going on, I have to keep my family and myself at a different frequency. And what I want to say about the cop killings, guys, I say, and like I said on my other video, Black lives don't matter because there are bigger issues than police brutality going on in our community. There are bigger issues as it relates to white supremacy that are going on, as in Dred Scott, as in places like Charleston who are benefiting off of the stories of brown people, but the brown people get nothing and they rake in billions. You know, there are plantations here in Charleston that rake in billions of dollars for telling the Gullah Geechee story of people that they enslaved. And the people, the surviving family members of the stories being told, they get absolutely nothing. Okay? So that's what I mean when I say that people of this complexion, this hue, Black Lives Matter, it does not matter, because there would be bigger things going on to change the situation than just the police brutality stuff. But what I do want to say about the police brutality stuff is this. This is a fear tactic to get everyone in fear, or to defund the police that they probably already planned on doing because they want to bring a military in and use them for martial law. Because at the end of the day, I'm a woman. I've been arrested before, probably about 3 times, maybe 4. Yeah. And first couple of times I was arrested, minor stuff, traffic. In Georgia, they don't play those games with you. With driving on a suspended license or whatever, you're gonna go to jail. So me growing up military, if you got in trouble, your dad got in trouble. So if I was driving around on my permit or something like that and I got caught, the cops would generally let you go because they know they would make you park the car, and then you could, once they drive away, you come back and get your car and leave. But generally they would let you go because they know if you get in trouble, your dad's gonna get in trouble. So it was never this, big issue with the police when I grew up in Virginia Beach. So when I moved to Atlanta, let me back up, because I also lived in Fayetteville, North Carolina, where I still had my military ID. Fayetteville is a big military town, and so I still got away with driving my car with or without insurance, with or without my license being up to date. Didn't matter. If I flashed that military ID, I got out of it. All right? So when I moved to Atlanta, there is no military presence in Atlanta. So my military ID didn't make them a damn difference. I pulled out that military ID and they told me step out the car. So I needed that to happen to me, though, because I was real childish in that, back then you could go get your car insurance and get your tags and then cancel the insurance the next day, and nobody said anything about it. They didn't suspend tags. They didn't do any of that. So it's a different world now. You don't pay you don't keep your car insurance, the tag office is immediately notified when it lapses, and then they suspend your tags. So with that being said, I got away with a lot of stuff. So when I moved to Atlanta and I got caught driving on a suspended license, they took me to jail. The judge, whose wife was hit by a drunk driver whose license was suspended, as well as insurance not being on the vehicle, he never lets anybody walk on their own recognizance for that charge. He let me walk. White judge, Cobb County, Georgia. count on being busted, Georgia. Okay. Second time I was arrested, I had the paperwork in my vehicle stating that I had cleared up everything for my license. I couldn't find it, so I got arrested. I had the money to bond myself out. I went straight in there, didn't find the paperwork, bonded out, went to court. The cop was like, "You sure you don't know where it is? I don't want to take you to jail." White cop. Both times, white cops. They weren't rude to me. I was never in fear for my life. Third round, I catch a felony charge because of a domestic dispute between me and my ex-husband. There were 5 or 6 white police officers that showed up to the scene because it was a big deal, okay? The last cop to show up was a black cop. All the other officers had made the decision not to send me to jail because they could see that it was a fight and not just me attacking him. The black cop made the decision for me to go to jail. I was a breastfeeding mother who had called the police the day before to alert them that I was having an issue with this man. And the black cop came and made sure that they took me to jail and charged me with 2 felonies. Okay? Fast forward, probably 15 years from then now, because my son is 16, so maybe 14 years from that time. My daughter gets pulled over. She's on her way to the DMV to get her license renewed because she had had a suspension because of a ticket. On her way to the DMV and gets pulled over. The cop she calls me and says, I'm getting ready to get arrested. My other son is in the car. My other son is a big guy. He's brown. He has dreads. He could look very threatening to someone. When I arrived, this white cop said to me, "I wish you would have just called you to take her because I don't want to take her to jail, but she don't have no license and you just can't do that." And I said, "I understand. It's okay." He starts joking and laughing with me about how big my son is and why didn't we let him play football? Why is he not on somebody's football team? He looks young. Is he still in high school? No. We laugh. We chit-chat. Takes my daughter to jail. He tells her, as long as you have this fixed by the time you come to court, I'll drop it. I get pulled over by another police officer. I was driving in the middle lane. Gave me a ticket. He told me, if you come to court and you don't get any more tickets by the time your 30 days is up for court, I will drop the ticket. And sure enough, he dropped the ticket. I'm saying all that to say that I don't live in this reality of police brutality and the police killing people and all this. I don't have a fear when I'm pulled over by the police that I'm going to be killed. Every white officer from the time I've been an adult, and it probably until I die, have always been respectful to me, have always gone above and beyond to help me. Even when I was arrested for the big deal and I went to jail for the felony, when the black police officer made the call for me to go to jail, the white officer that took me on the paddy wagon loosened the cuffs so that they wouldn't hurt my hands, and I literally was sitting there with my hands out of the cuffs in the back of the paddy wagon. He was nice to me. He went and got food. He asked me, did I want anything? I didn't have an appetite because at this point I'm probably dripping milk because I am a breastfeeding mother. That the black cop made the choice to send me to jail with my baby screaming and hollering as I am being pulled away in a paddy wagon. My bond, because I was charged with 2 felonies, was 17 grand. Nobody in my family had 17 grand to bond me out of jail. Nobody even had 10% of that. So I had to go for a pretrial diversion, and my church at the time bonded me out of jail. So I don't know if I'm special. I mean, I know I'm different, but I just ain't never experienced that. Just ain't never experienced that. Ain't never lived in that reality where I've been afraid of the cops. Am I saying it doesn't happen? No, I'm not. But I'm saying this is all theater. I'm even starting to question things from the 60s. I'm starting to question every fucking thing because of this Mandela effect, and that I'm seeing the theatrics play out now. So when you look at the videos, footage of the pictures and the stuff of them spraying, how do we know all that shit wasn't theatrics back then? Hell, everybody knows that Martin Luther King was part of the Boule now. Integration ain't got nobody no fucking where but black people living in ghettos and poor. We had our own shit before this. Like, what is fucking real here? And another thing I want to say before I go, because I already been on here yakking for 21 minutes. Why the fuck is y'all fucking with Natureboy? Like, Natureboy was in Atlanta for a whole minute. And everybody was quiet. Wasn't nobody saying nothing. Y'all got him out. Y'all got him kicked out of all these other countries because, you know, he's this and he's that. These are grown-ass motherfucking people that make a choice to go over there with a motherfucking dingbat that they see on video making a goddamn fool of himself every fucking day. Okay? These are grown-ass people that are making a choice to go over there. To go over to carbonation. This man is in another state. Excuse me. Hawaii is part of the states. Now these people are over there threatening them. And carbonation is guilty of what? Being a bunch of dumbasses? Because every time y'all done got the man arrested, they don't convict his ass of anything. They always let him go. We got everyday theatrics on TV of cop killings. Our kids can't leave the house and play with their friends because of social distancing. We can't leave the house, but y'all got fucking time to worry about what the fuck Natureboy doing in Hawaii. Like, Hawaii is part of the United States. It's going to be a little hard to get him kicked out of somewhere if he hasn't committed a crime. How do you get somebody kicked out of their own country if they're not guilty of a crime? Hawaii is still part of the United States. So if they kill him, are you guys going to be happy then? Is that what you want, for him to just be dead? Because it's just all fun and games for everybody. Natureboy got arrested. Natureboy is guilty of being a dumbass and saying dumbass shit. Saying and dumbass shit and fucking over stupid ass women who know who he is before they go over there and still go to get fucked. And yeah, that's about it. That's about all he's guilty of. Fucking over dumb people who want to be fucked over. Because everything is in black and white for you to see. You got 100 people, 100 freaking YouTubers, including myself, that have made videos about this man. So if these people still go over there after they done seen all that shit, why the fuck are y'all worried about it? They the dumbasses? I'm ranting, ain't I? I'm just ranting. I didn't promise not to rant on this video, though. I promised that on my last video. But it just kind of ticked me off because I'm like, okay, this motherfucker been in Atlanta all this time. Ain't nobody said shit. It was okay for him to be in Atlanta where my family is fucking over people and telling people to come to carbonation. It's okay for him to be there. You know, no big deal. He's in Atlanta. But he goes to Hawaii, and then y'all done alerted the whole fucking world that this man is in Hawaii and this and that. Come on, man. I mean, I ain't no fucking Natureboy fan, but that was fucked up. I'm sorry. That was fucked up. This man got all kind of people threatening him and saying all kind of shit. Like, come on, man. It's too much going on for y'all to fucking still be worrying about goddamn Natureboy. I'm sorry. It is too much going the fuck on for a Natureboy to even be a damn conversation piece. There are people out here that are not ready for this shit that's going down. There's people out here who don't have... Do you guys know that they're shutting down food plants because coronavirus got into the food? Like, we're just being played every minute of the day, but y'all got time to worry about what the fuck Natureboy doing. Like, I'm over it. Like, I'm at the point where I'm just gonna start watching people that are like don't really have an opinion about stupid shit, because Nature Boy at this point is stupid shit to be worried about. So technically, all jokes aside, nobody can make him leave the United States, a state that is a place that's a part of the United States, unless he's committed a crime. And they still really can't make him leave. They would have to put him in jail there. He's an American citizen. "25 minutes ranting. Ain't no Nature Boy fan. Would that piss me off? Ain't no Uncle Tom, but I don't have them problems with the police. Do any of us really have these problems with police? Or is this all this shit, even from back then? I mean, have y'all seen the synchronicities? Have y'all been on Quantum of Conscious channel to see the fucking synchronicities from the Kennedy and Lincoln shit? Have y'all gone on there and seen this shit? Like, have you researched this shit? Like, we are living in somebody's stupid ass video, not just their video game, but a stupid ass video game at that. Because the truth drops, the mistakes, they have to be on purpose for people like us to say, oh shit, why the fuck did police jump out of the fucking ambulance? That was who called the ambulance for George Floyd, and EMTs didn't jump out, police jumped out. Did y'all notice that? Did y'all catch that? Probably not. I'm over it. I'm over it. But I'm sure y'all probably over me yakking on. So I'm going to end this video. But I just wanted to get on here and give my opinion. Just like a butthole. We all got one. But anyways, I'm going to link my regressions, my Cash App, my website, all up in the description. So if you guys want to patronize me in any way, hey, you're welcome to, or not. Breathe. You can breathe. Recognize the shenanigans. Recognize when you're being played. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.